beloved tribe. This is Emily Potter. I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe and the Million Kisses Foundation. Here's one that came up recently. Has playing music in bars and restaurants and for passersby and as entertainment been less and less fulfilling for you? Is it losing its appeal? So this was my experience for years. I played in bars and restaurants and festivals and farmers markets and all sorts of places because I was a cover band. I was in a cover band and it was so fantastic. For the era that I did it, I had such a good time. So some of the things that I learned and that you might be learning if you're in this era is stage presence. You're getting musically confident. And if you're in a band, you are learning band dynamics and interpersonal skills with band politics. And you're learning how to be on stage in front of an audience and relating with the audience. You're learning mic work, working on the mic. You're learning about sound equipment. You're learning about talking to the venue managers. You're learning all of these really essential things. Now, some of you have been doing this for a really long time. And I want to place into this conversation now, if you're listening to me now, that the reason why it has lost some of its appeal or it is less satisfying, less fulfilling is because your heart is actually whispering to you to listen to this. Something is calling you deeper and sharing with you that you are not just entertainment. You are not just the ambiance of a venue. You are not just the background experience. Now, everything is great about it. You get to have people dancing and they're having a good time because of you and your music. And yet you do get to listen to that little voice that if that era is complete, then it is time to start to listen. That feeling, I get to be the voice of your heart right now, to listen to it. Listen to the whisper. What's happening is that you have an inner knowing inside of you that you have a message that deserves all attention, all of the focus of your audience. You have a message that is so profound and can make such a difference in the world that it deserves people coming in just to listen to you, so that there isn't coming and going, moving, talking. There's not people sitting there eating and clinking their forks and excusing themselves out of the room while you're in the middle of this deep, profound song on the venue's stage. None of that. There's a part of you that has a deep inner knowing, and you deserve to listen to that. That the message is saying to you, you have something to offer. When you're brave enough to actually live into that and to focus with that, that audience will receive such magic from your soul-to-soul connection. Now that is the invitation that your heart is whispering to you. So that if you choose to stay in the comfort of what you know, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to say that you're hiding. You're hiding in those venues. You're hiding in that level of audience because it is not as vulnerable. I know from my own experience, it is not as vulnerable to sing songs to an audience who's only half listening or who are just there to have a good time or to have you as entertainment or as the background. It is not as vulnerable. And vulnerability is where your power is. You sharing your heart with your audience. So if you are losing, if you're having some of the appeal lost, the appeal is not there. It's not as satisfying or fulfilling to play for those bars or those restaurants, or I would even say farmers markets, because you're just being entertainment. They're really great venues. I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just being that voice for you to listen to that tiny little bit of you saying, I'm just not as fulfilled because there's something deeper inside of me that gets to connect with an audience who is just here to hear me. That's a real thing to listen to. That's a real whisper of your heart. So I want to say to you, get excited. And you are on your way to not hiding any longer. So this is the invitation. This is the conversation that I want you to at least have to the surface. This is really important. So having you be brave enough to do that, what you're doing is harmonizing. I call it light work. You can call it whatever you want, heart work, inner knowing, connection with source, whatever you want to call that. We're going to call it light work because this is the tribe we're in. That's the word I use. Light work, you're harmonizing your light work and your music together in unity. And you're going forward, and I want you to start to imagine that you have those audiences that are here to specifically hear you and your vibrational matched music medicine. This is what you're being called to do if you are not as satisfied with just being entertainment. So for those of you who desire that and having that be your professional career, those are the ones in our tribe who are reaching out to me. There are resources, there are valuable offerings being offered to you when you're ready to take that level of vulnerability on. It's a very exciting journey. It's my passion. It's my fun to do this and to offer this for you. When you are ready to get to that next level and to have that level of satisfaction and that heart-to-heart connection with your vibrationally matched audiences, your harmony with your music and your light work together, professional career. When you're ready for that, reach out to me. We will get to work and we will have a lot of fun doing it. Thank you for all those who are here today. Sending my love and my blessings to you, and I'll talk to you one-on-one.